What's going on, folks? We're here at Warren Park in Christchurch doing the course preview. This is the back nine. Jeremy's shooting really well. He's on 6 under. I'm not shooting very well. I'm on +1. A lot of work to do here on the back nine, but hope you enjoy the round. Let's get straight into it.
Hole 10, the first tee you see actually when you come from the car park, so don't get confused with hole 1, but the course can actually play. You can do the back nine first and then link it to the front nine, or vice versa, so the flow of the course is quite nice. Yeah, getting into it, hole 10, 2 guardian trees, maybe around circle's edge, don't hit those, but we've got another around like 40-45 metre hole. Relatively straightforward. Throwing the Envy, simple putter, hopefully not into the tree, yada yada. That's left, that's not.
It'll play, that's great. Shot.
Jeremy continuing his hot form, and I'm going to continue throwing my half.
Sick half.
Very reliable disc on
Jealous
the course. Keep it wide, going for the right hand gap. Pretty much opposite Jeremy.
Making the hole nice and simple, going wide, making that gap the biggest it could be. Nice shot.
Cheers.
I think that's the mistake of just trying to go down the middle all the time. The gap isn't always the biggest, but if you just make it easy and throw a hyzer, go figure.
Holds the angle, the disc is a little bit narrower, and it just falls into the spot you want. Another super great thing about Warren Park is that there's a putting basket, so you can putt without worrying about people driving into your green. Just next to the car park there. Ooh, just sneaks over. 7 down.
Now, if you watch the front nine, you probably know that my putting isn't great today. But luckily, when you park it that close, you don't need to putt too much, so it's good.
I reserved my saying, but hole 10 is definitely a musket, and it's good to see that we both got it.
Here's hole 11. It's probably the trickiest hole of the course. We've got the tee pad here, pretty much looking straight at a tree, but the basket is beyond the tree. There's a line of trees on the right which you have to get through if you throw the backhand hyzer, but there's also a route on the left in front of the first tree, so you could turn one over or throw a massive forehand, probably about 95 meters I would say. Pretty tricky shot. You can go for sky hyzer, try and get it through underneath, go for the forehand, go for the turnover, heaps of options, but the trickiest thing is the obstacles and the height. I'm going to throw a turnover line, hopefully make the gap and get close to the basket. That's pretty good. Just hyzed it out at the end, didn't quite have the finish required, but I'm in the open, happy days. In my opinion, the Sky Annie is a bit of a crazy route, so yeah, nice job Chris for throwing that one and hitting the gap. I'm going to try the slightly more conventional play of going, well, in this one probably a low skipping hyzer that kind of flares into the basket. If it's the opposite wind being a right to left, if you've got the arm, you can go around the outside of the big fir-like tree and then hyzer one in. Definitely a long way if you go that route, maybe playing about 110, 115 if you go around the tree.
You got through it. It's going to be an open putt.
Maybe circle 2.
Yeah. Really tricky hole.
Yeah.
I would say though that what I do like about this hole is it's the first one that really gives you 2 clear options. Like you can go for the turnover or the forehand, or you can try and beat the tree line. So that's probably one thing that the front nine doesn't give you too many options. But this one's the first hole that really gives you an option.
It's the first like real challenging hole of the course too. It's, yeah, 95, 100 meters of a lot of trees.
Wall of trees, basically.
And a bit of distance. So yeah, it's nice to give the beginner and intermediate players a taste of what a disc golf shot actually looks like.
And the nice chance to give the more advanced players something that's actually challenging. I say sitting on +1. So yeah, past these trees it does open up quite a bit. You can get unlucky and get caught behind one of these trees, but nice straddle will get you around them. Oh, looks good from the camera. What a shot!
Yeah, got the distance, but not quite the accuracy. I think if it held its turn, it would be far.
That'll be circle 2.
Just that crosswind, cross tailwind knocked it down at the end. Oh well.
Nothing wrong with a bunch of pars on this hole, it's tricky.
Cut this out before I say that.
You've already said it.
It's bound to happen sooner or later, right?
How the tides have turned. Maybe it's my chance to shoot well. 7-stroke swing. Through
I'll tap you out.
Thank you. You could have just absolutely thrown that for me there.
Okay, hole 12, probably 85 meters. Looks a little bit longer than it actually is. I think there's the guardian tree on the left. If anything hyzes out at the end of the flight, you can be under that, it can be a bit tricky. But really, simple straight shot, hang it out to the right, miss the trees and have it filter into the green.
Nice and wide.
That's going to be short. Bit of a headwind, so it just didn't really have the speed to get to the basket, but
At least I'm safe.
Oh, help.
oh, how the tides have turned.
That's alright, you can get up and down from there.
Little run. Little layup.
That'll work. Really nice little hyzer tree to block the short shot if you don't get it wide enough. But Chris, probably circle 2, about maybe 12, 14 meters. Oh, let's go, run that in.
I thought that was going to be weak, so I didn't want to run in too early. Didn't want to, say something that might not come true.
Nice putt. That's so awkward to bag putt with a camera.
Playing with fire. He's on the ropes and he just opted for the camera putt.
It's alright, that close. You got the book.
Oh yeah. Right.
Alternate basket position, long tee for hole 12, behind the stopper tree at the back of the basket, maybe 20 meters deep or so. Yeah, really cool alternate position. There's potential for quite a tricky course when these tees change to the B position.
That's a really hard basket placement. The ceiling into the green is so low. Be really technical.
We all know how much Chris likes ceilings.
I don't like ceilings in the middle of the hole. If they're into the green, I think that's quite cool because it gives you something like a hole to aim at. Just like this hole coming up. Hole 13 at the other end of the park now. This one's quite a fun hole, pretty wide open. You've got some guardian trees into the green and the basket sitting pretty there in between them. I mean, it's a good hole. I won't rip into it too much, but I think it could be even better if the pin was about 5 meters further back, kind of against the gully.
which would really bring in some danger for your approaches. But as it stands, it's a pretty straightforward position, and the B position's about 10 meters to the right. So it doesn't shake up too much whether you play to the A or the B position. But we'll give it a rip, see what happens. So that was a good drive if I was playing to the basket I want further behind that basket. But I mean, I'm online, so it's all good. I want it to be right back there.
Yeah. It'd make such like a death putt.
Yeah.
It'd be great. Maybe a C position?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really...
Leaking left. That's okay. That'll be a nice easy approach. You might be able to run it from there.
Outside circle.
You got those. Jeremy, not as bad as it looked off the tee. Just outside circle. Got it. Great putt. Putting the pressure on me now.
There it is.
So as you can see here, we've got the current basket placement and we've got the B position. It's just further back from the camera's perspective. But in relation to the tee, they're like literally 10 meters apart. So not a great deal of position interest on this hole. I think having a basket placement back here would be super because it brings these trees into play, and there's also a ditch down the back which would be just terrible to go. And you'd just leave your disc there. You wouldn't even want to get it. Just horrible.
Death putt territory.
Yeah, so I think having a basket further back instead of across would really make some challenge to this hole. But oh well, this is what we've got to play with, and who knows, I still might not get a birdie.
There it is, putts on. Star frame, if you can call it that.
I'm just happy I'm coming back on this back nine. Hole 14, nice little shorter one, but it's actually quite technical. The green is super protected by a ring of trees, and there's also a couple of trees in front of the green down the fairway. A couple of options here. You can play the backhand skip underneath the canopy. On the right hand side, you can play straight down the middle, a bit of a turnover, or even a forehand. I suppose if you really want, you could also go for some kind of sky shot, like a thumber or something, and just hope to filter through the trees. There's a few options here, but basically, if you don't hit a tree, you're in a pretty good position on this hole. I'm just going to go straight up the middle.
Laced it.
That's the one. And I'm going to guess Jeremy's going to go for the low skip.
Not low skip, just like low hyzer out with a buzz, hopefully straight, and then have it fade out at the end. Hopefully with that right left tail it doesn't lift too much. Ceiling's quite low on this hole, so. That's it.
Get it around. Oh!
Always middle it.
Just drew up that Guardian and just tried to cut it down. Bit of a swing going on here on this back nine. I'm happy.
For now. For now.
What do you reckon's a reasonable fight back? Like what should I be looking at? 3, 4 down? I think would be solid.
On the back nine?
No.
Or
Like
overall?
my overall score. After finishing the front nine 1 over.
I reckon like 4. I think the back nine's slightly harder, so maybe like 4 or 5 down is,
Alright,
is
cool.
pretty solid on the back.
I'll aim for 5 down. I don't know what I'm at right now, probably about 2 down. But the last couple of holes are pretty straightforward.
There's definitely birdies to pick up on the last few holes before. I mean, really, all the holes are birdie
of
holes,
course.
But
But sometimes you hit a tree. Tough look here.
it's a layup all day.
Okay. I really like this green. It's the most protected. Really Really nice basket placement. Nice work. Course designers. Good drive, happy with this. Jeremy gets it. Let's see if I can get it. Lovely. Hole 15. Just straight ahead, probably 65, 70 meters. Got the main guardian tree just to the right of the basket. A couple out to the right that kind of stops you playing the full wide hyzer. And then there is a bit of a backstop tree if you leak left after, or just around the basket. And then, yeah, just play it down the middle, light fade, hopefully parking it. That's early and left. That's alright.
One thing I don't like about this tee pad is the sand.
Wow. Shots fired.
All of them are good except this one. It's like they use like a different type of sand. And, yeah, slippery. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Excuses.
Need all of those.
That's looking good. Oh, got a little Twizzler.
Twizzled.
That was just like the little tippiest of that leaf. Okay, so Jeremy's pretty much, you know, well inside circle, 5 meters. I'm a bit further out. Gettable. Oh, so weak. Gotten to the point of the video where I'm just feeling a little bit tired. Bit of an early morning.
Bit of a late night.
Bit of a late night. Go Lions. 105 point win over the Roos. But yeah, got to bounce back for these last 3 holes and try and get some birdies on the scoreboard.
Make some ground on Jeremy.
Yeah. Who could get another birdie right now and just push that lead out a little bit further. Not that we're playing competitively, it's just a bit of fun, but I'm sure he feels good about it.
Bragging rights.
Oh, drains it. Dang, can't catch him. Shooting well, Jeremy.
That's a camera putt.
Oh, camera putt, gee whiz. Okay.
Hole 16, again, playing kind of close to the sports field, so just be wary of people playing sports. Either throw a forehand or don't throw at all. What do we look at? Maybe 80 meters, 75, 80 meters. Big guardian on the left, really blocking their forehand shots, so I don't know if that's the best option. Little guardian right of the basket, which blocks the hyzer. Really well positioned basket on this hole. Kind of a short one, but really fun. Looking for probably a hyzer that skips into the basket, or you want to go really spiky, really high around the back of the tree and just have it spike in and sit down.
Beauty. Nice one.
Just like I drew it up.
Should I go for the more high spike play, just to mix it up a bit?
I'd go with whatever your plays.
Alright. Probably hitting a tree. I'm just going to aim at the bottom of that tree, hope it skips left a little bit. Bit of a forward push. Oh, it's so left. Came out the backside though, so that's a good break. But not really where you want to be. Looks like the weather's clearing a bit, got some blue sky, getting a bit warmer. It's not helping me at all. I'm getting tighter as we go on. Early morning. Not hitting the lines I want to hit, not saying the words I want to say. I think if anyone wants a challenge, film a round of disc golf, every single hole, every single throw, and talk about what you're doing, because it's harder than you think. And the more New Zealand disc golf content we get out there, the better. So give it a go. And even if it's horrible and you hate it, put it out, because it's interesting and people might want to watch it. So give it a go.
And it grows a sport, so
yeah.
That's what we're all about.
Yeah. If you're sitting here watching my video, then I'm sure that other people will want to sit and watch your video. So give it a go. Got a really low ceiling straight ahead. Got a little picture forehand around it all. Oh, I don't think the putt's an option really.
You got the right to left wind. Oh, now we're getting serious.
Yeah, I think this is a layup. I could go for a little sneaky skip putt. What do you reckon?
Something for the camera?
Maybe. All right, we'll give it a go. Oversized mini. It's actually it's a mini. It's just an oversized mini.
It had the flare and it had the height.
I just threw it about 5 meters to the left of where I should have hit.
Good attempt.
Should I go again? Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? My next most stable disc. Alright, let's recalibrate the angle. Ah, super long. Right, I'm happy to take my first on that one. Right, slightly out of order of play.
Speed of play.
Yeah, we'll give it to you. Ooh, I thought that was high.
Tailwind, it's gonna drop.
Beauty.
All day. Calculated.
Jeremy is playing very well, which is good to see because I'm not. I'm glad I invited someone who would give us a good show.
Or a above average show.
Oh, bloody past the ultimate team. Ultimate basket.
Again, sick alternate basket placement. Only like 10-15 meters difference, but really changes the hole up. Instead of coming low and skippy through the gap, you want to throw a big hyzer around the back of this tree. So yeah, changes it up.
Oh, on line, just over the top.
Oh, that looks so good on the camera.
Yeah, it looks good for a while in person as well, but then I just noticed that there was a headwind. And I just felt really bad.
Noticed the headwind after it had left your hand.
Yeah, this could be doing some damage to my back nine performance right now.
Five, 6 meter comeback. Oh, robbed. Stretch it out.
Yeah, hole 17 coming into the last two holes. Relatively short couple of holes to finish, but can be quite tricky because this is where a lot of the trees are. You've got a straight line down the middle, maybe 45-50 meters with a putter, or you've got the hyzer over the trees, classic, boring shot that works every time. Well, you'd hope. Lawn darts.
Nailed it.
What are we throwing here, Chris?
How can Chris make a fool of himself again? I'm just going to go with the arty. Same disc I threw on the last one. Just got to keep it high and right, committed. Trust the fade. Throw it nice and high to control the distance.
Nice and high, all right.
Yep.
Oh,
That'll work.
good Twizzler.
Yeah. What a crew. Course has only been in for 2 weeks and we've already got a massive group of people playing. You'll love to see it.
The more conventional way the hole probably should be played is straight down the middle with a lot of limbs, so that's kind of why we go over the top, because it's more percentage. Nice little flippy putter down the middle. Yep, that'll work.
Lovely cut roll, thank you very much.
For those that don't know, when we talk about percentage play, it's the percentage of shot that's going to work more times, more often. For example, if you go down the middle, there's a higher chance of hitting limbs or branches on the tree short, falling short and getting a par or a bogey. So there's more of a chance that we make it by going over the top and throwing it over the trees.
Oh, just high percentage chance of hitting your head on a branch as well. Stay out of the trees. Jeremy absolutely parked.
Oh yeah.
I'm actually in a pretty good spot for the B position. Much longer, not much in it.
BT being slightly longer, maybe circle's edge, 10 meters or so.
Oh, get up.
Nice, Chris from the knee.
Wounded duck. Jeremy gonna go for a camera putt.
Nice little park job. Hopefully I don't miss that one. Do, do, do. You're leaving that in.
Fine.
Coming into the final hole, I'm sitting on 10 down. Nice solid round, apart from one small bogey. And Chris is sitting on 2 down, so he's brought it back.
Under par.
On the back line.
You.
Hole 18 again, pretty similar to 17. Definitely got the option of just going straight putted down the middle, about 35-40 meters. But there is also the overstable sky hyzer sort of, again, just talking about that percentage play, same thing, makes it easy. Lawn darts. But don't hit first available, because that can happen.
Oh yeah.
And when you drop 2 meters in front of the tee, yeah, that's a fun time. Speaking from experience. Park job. Same deal as the last hole.
What the heck? That really got some wind assistance. A bit deeper than I wanted. But hey, I'm down there. Definitely think these are the kind of holes that separate the beginner, lower intermediates from the more experienced players, because I'll just see this kind of tight tunnel and be like, alright, that's the fairway, and throw it down, but they'll hit these little guys.
It's thick.
Yeah, it's super thick. You know, if you've got the ability, throw wide, do the hyzer play, because it'll be more consistent, reliable. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with going up the middle. It's a nice technical throw if you can do it. But yeah, as we were saying, the percentage plays, if you can, throw it over the top. I've parked the B position. But can I putt out the B position?
Chris seems to be parking all the B holes.
Yeah, so we're going to redo this video when the B positions are in play, and I'll easily get 10 under, and Jeremy's going to be at 2 under. So
we'll look forward to that.
Yeah. Okay, I got some Twizzlers in the way. It's going to give me something to stay underneath. Slight distraction. I wonder what happens in PDGA play if there's a dog that's like running around you, but you have to putt within 30 seconds. Like, does a dog count as a distraction?
I think so.
So you still have to putt even if there's a dog running around?
No, I think you can claim distraction, so your timer restarts if there's reasonable things to check. Yeah. Add in the comments down below.
Yeah. Does a dog count as a distraction? And can you
reset your timer?
Can you reset your timer anymore? I don't think you can. Get under it. Oh. Almost had the branch assist.
Good run.
I can't believe I missed high with that hanging down.
Yeah, especially with the tailwind as well.
All right, tapping in for a kind of disappointing 2 under par. But you know, you don't win them all. Jeremy taps in for a beautiful 11 under. Got the fingers up, love it. So yeah, Jeremy finishing with 11 under. Me finishing with 2 under par, which is not a great score, but I mean, it's still okay. There's going to be worse scores out here, so I can't complain. Thanks so much for Jeremy for coming out.
No worries.
Any last thoughts of the course in general, Jeremy?
Really think it's fit for purpose. It's built to get people into the sport, to grow the sport, to give people a taste of what disc golf is like for the local community, and it takes some pressure off Jelly Park being one of the busiest courses in the Southern Hemisphere. So fit for purpose, really fun little pitch and putt course. Can't wait to see the BTs.
Yeah, heaps of fun. If you haven't already played it, be sure to come on down. As we said, watch out for the sports and some of the walkers. So always be aware of your surroundings. Only throw when you 100% know that you won't hit anyone. Super important wherever you're playing. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.